Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So basically I've just got back from Australia, and before we went travelling I couldn't find any good websites / videos anywhere to help me with my trip. So I thought I'd do a quick video just with some tips, some recommendations and just some things that we went through basically that might help you with your trip. Where to start? I had no idea where to start whatsoever. Some of my friends had been to Australia, but none of them had actually done a 1-year working visa. I actually booked an appointment at STA Travel, who were amazing. They were so good and so helpful. They can book everything for you. Accommodation, trips, transport. But we actually only booked our flights with them. It's worth going to one of their travel agents just because you can get a brochure from them and it has everything in there. That way you can just kind of see what you're going to do in Australia, what kind of trips there are, how much prices are. There's everything in this little brochure. It's worth getting that before you book your trip to Australia. Once you've got your flights booked, you need to sort out your visa. STA can do your visa for you, but you can actually do it yourself and it will save you a couple of £100. It's so easy. A tourist visa, which allows you to be in Australia for 3 months, is for free. You can get your working holiday visa like we did, and I think it's £215. Around those lines. It's really easy, it's really quick. It's what to pack in your backpack before you go on your trip. So we went in the middle of summer basically, boiling hot. So obviously you're going to take your things like your shorts, your tops, your flip-flops, everything summery. But I definitely recommend 100% taking a jumper, a pair of jeans and some trainers, because trust me, it can get cold in Australia, especially if you are camping, because we camped New Year's Eve to get a good place and I absolutely froze to death. All I wanted was a jumper. I promise you'll thank me for life. Accommodation. What do you book before you get to Australia? Just for 3 nights, depending on where you start. We start off in Cairns. We just booked 3 nights in Cairns basically, just to settle in, see what's going on and just to plan our trip a little bit. Don't do what I did. I booked the wrong dates. Our first night in Australia we actually didn't have accommodation, so it cost us a lot of money because everything was really full. So definitely book the right dates and book at least 3 nights accommodation. Download Hostelworld. That will save your life. You will use Hostelworld all the time. Also download Airbnb. Airbnb is so good. Well, hostels can be quite expensive sometimes, especially when you're going to Sydney around Christmas, New Year and everyone's there. They can charge what they want and some people will pay it. But download Airbnb, because Airbnb can actually sometimes be a lot cheaper than some of the hostels, and you get a good night's sleep, you get a nice hot shower, you get your own room, and oh my god, it's just amazing. Definitely download Airbnb. Next step is transfers. How do people get around Australia? I think the most popular way to get around is coach transfers. Your 2 main companies are the Greyhound and the Premier. The Greyhound is a little bit more expensive than the Premier, but you actually get Wi-Fi on board, but apparently sometimes it doesn't work. And then you've got your Premier, which is a lot cheaper. It does the exact same route, but you just don't have Wi-Fi, but really it's a coach. You get on, you get off, you're done. And it saves you a couple of pennies. That's your coach transfers. You can also obviously do internal flights. Jetstar is the cheapest obviously, which is kind of like an EasyJet to us. And then you can obviously hire your own camper van. Bear in mind that you do have to be over 21s with some companies, and remember how big Australia itself actually is. Australia is huge. If you look at the map, Byron Bay down to Sydney doesn't look that big, but it's actually 14 hours. It is crazy big. But if you have a bit more time, do it, because you can find some places that some other people don't get to go to, and if you have a bit more money, I would definitely recommend it. We had our own car in New Zealand and I wouldn't have done anything else. It was the best. Okay, if there is one thing you're gonna learn with me today, is your trips. We went through so much hassle with our trips. Why? Because we booked all of our trips with this one company. When you get to Australia, you'll see exactly what I mean. When you go through like the main high street of the town that you're at, it's like being on Magaluf Strip. You have constant bihars coming up to you like, have you booked this? Where are you going next? Just come into my shop. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about that. They are so annoying. What me and Henry did at the end of it is just pretend like we couldn't speak English. We booked all of our trips at this one travel agent in Cairns, and I don't recommend doing that. They tried to rip us off. I went back the next day and I got our money back, but not everyone's so lucky with that. Don't do it all at once. When you get to like the next area, book it then. They'll promise you free vouchers, they'll promise you this, they'll promise you that. They won't give it to you, they're just trying to rip you off. If I can recommend one travel agent, go to Peter Pan's. They're so good, they're so genuine, and they're like all over Australia, so they'll help you everywhere you are. Is it easy to find a job in Australia? To be honest with you, we got to Sydney around Christmas and New Year, and every man and his dog were in Sydney around that time of year trying to find a job because everyone ran out of money. The only jobs that I found that were going were charity jobs doing door-to-door sales or as construction work, and as you can probably see, I'm not much of a builder and I didn't really want to do door-to-door sale jobs, so I didn't find it that easy. But you can find like barista jobs, bar jobs and stuff like that all over Sydney. Go join the Australia Backpackers page. Everyone posts like the problems that they've had and everyone comes up with solutions, and you might find that you're in the exact same situation, or if you're looking for a free pickup, free transfers, people are always saying they're driving to Sydney that day from Byron Bay who has a spare seat. So it is so helpful having Australia Backpackers page. It's definitely worth having. If you do want to do a second year working visa, you will have to do 3 months farm work. That's working with animals or fruit picking, something like that, something crazy. Basically, you're just doing 3 months in the middle of nowhere just to get your second year working visa if you love Australia that much. So I hope this video helped you, even if it was just a little bit. If I have forgotten something, or if you can think of something that might help someone, or if you have any feedback, then please pop me a comment below. I'll be more than happy to read it. I'll also reply to any questions that you guys have. I hope this helped again. Thanks for watching. Bye!